There was, listen, the one thing I'll give the Oscar credit for, Ryan Gosling fucking knocked it out of the park with his I'm Just Ken live performance. I think he stole the show, to be honest with you. Everything else was just kind of it was almost seemed like a subdued night for the Oscars. You didn't see as much like insane wild shit as you usually would in terms of like political messaging. Of course, you had a couple people come up there talk about Ukraine and Israel, but for the most part, Jimmy Kimmel hosting the Oscars, shied away from that a little bit until one specific point. When we heard that Jimmy Kimmel was once again going to host the Oscars, I imagine everybody had the same thing, eye rolling. This guy again. Jimmy Kimmel's never really been that great, but over the past couple years, as he's just gone more and more down like the woke mind virus, he's become legitimately unfunny. And he couldn't help. At some point during the broadcast last night, you knew it was going to come to it, that he was going to bring Trump up in some way, and he just couldn't stop himself. Oscars 2024. Hollywood celebrities laugh maniacally as host Jimmy Kimmel roast MAGA. Because, yes, Jimmy Kimmel ended up getting triggered by a Donald Trump Truth Social tweet or Truth Social post and decided to talk about it in the middle of the Oscars. Donald Trump triggered Jimmy Kimmel while he was hosting the Oscars.
I was just, doing this show is not about me, and I appreciate you having me. It's really about you and Emma and all these great actors and actresses and filmmakers. But I was told we have like an extra minute, and I'm really proud of something. I was wondering if I could share it with you. I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous. Blah, blah, blah. Make America great again. Okay, now, see if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth Social. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still... Isn't it past your jail time?
Isn't it past your jail time?
And the thing is, with that one aside, with that one letting Trump trigger him and put all this stuff on the broadcast and have literally all of Hollywood, everybody in Hollywood clapping as they think about Donald Trump going to jail, you just made, if it wasn't already, right, if you'd made it that far through and people were like, okay, maybe this isn't that bad, maybe I can tune in to watch this, you just let half the country know that they can go fuck themselves, that everybody in that building fucking hates you. That's the thing. Jimmy Kimmel just couldn't fucking help himself but get triggered by Trump on Truth Social.
Poor Hollywood. They can't help themselves. I think it's funny, man. Good old Jimmy Kimmel.
What do you say?
Trump is right. Like they like get a host like that maybe is funny that just doesn't stand there. That this man has lived inside their head, inside their world. Like, they have their own syndrome named after it now. They'll take any shot that they get, and they'll just isolate the rest of the country because they think that is the right thing. They think they're on the right side of history, and it's really sad. Because as we know, everything that goes woke and everything where they think that they're appealing to the right side, that they're living in the right timeline, that they're pushing the right agenda, it just seems to constantly fail. I would love to see the ratings for this award show because it seems like the past few years it has constantly gone down and down. I think the last one that got a lot of viewership was the slap heard around the world when you had
that was only right in the aftermath of that happening.
Yeah.
But so last year, Jimmy Kimmel hosted the Oscars last year, and it was the third worst rated of all time, which I think was a step up from like a couple years before that, right? So I will be interested to see what this one does. I think it's probably going to be around like similar ratings, but I don't know. Those will probably come out a little bit later today or tomorrow. But Jimmy Kimmel couldn't help but make it a big political event by pulling up Trump's Truth Social, advertising Trump's social, by the way, throughout that entire process.